politics oriented, but tell me why and what the impact has been on either your relationship with the press or the kind of news that gets out. First, there was, people will remember that watch C-SPAN, an early experiment to televise the daily briefings that quickly stopped.
Well, I think that was something that we did in the first week or two. I can't remember exactly when we stopped it, but it was done. It was a new administration. I think we wanted to talk about what was going on here. I think we found that it wasn't really necessary. The briefing is more an opportunity to exchange ideas and to have a conversation about what's happening. That wasn't really happening in a way that as productively as we'd hoped. So what we do now is televise the first 5 minutes of George Stephanopoulos' briefings at 12:30 every day, and the rest of it's on the record, but just not for cameras.
How many briefings are there each day?
There are 3. I brief at 9:15 every morning. George usually briefs around 12:30. And then I go back down again at the end of the day just to give a readout on any meetings that might have happened in the afternoon or talk about whatever news events that people might not have had a chance to ask questions about.
Another step you took, which is, I guess I can characterize as an insider thing, and I hope you'll explain what it means, is closing the door to the inner offices, and it's something called the no-fly zone by the press. Now, what is that all about?
Coined by ABC News. The press used to have access to what is now the communications suite. It was our judgment that we ought not to have reporters here where people are working and doing business, but that we would make up for that by providing additional access, doing additional briefings. Again, there are 3 briefings every day, by making sure that there's always a on-the-record spokesman in the lower press office where the press has access every single day, by creating opportunities for reporters in groups, small groups, to meet with senior administration officials on a regular basis. And I think President Clinton's been exceptionally accessible. He answers questions every single day. He's had 6 news conferences now, and I think that we'll continue to provide as much access as we can. I don't think that the physical limitations have scaled back access. I think the press access is actually, to information that they need, is actually increased.
And with regards to the press conferences, you're counting 6. The press corps might say there's really been none.
That's just not true. It's just simply not true. In fact, in the Washington Post, I believe it was Saturday morning, they made reference to a press conference that the president had on Friday. He's had 6 press conferences. He answers questions almost every single day in what photo opportunities where previous presidents haven't answered questions. I think the American people can judge that for themselves, because every night when they turn on their news, they see President Clinton commenting on topics of the day. I just don't think it's credible that the president hasn't been accessible. I think he has.